Hello everyone, welcome to Concept Cracker. Today we are here with a new video of our Cracking Java course with some great questions on flowcharts and algorithms. Before watching this video, I will recommend you to watch our previous lecture on Introduction of Flowcharts and Algorithms for better understanding. Now let's start. We will implement flowcharts by using these three examples. At first, let's find largest of three numbers, where we have to take three numbers as input and find the largest among them. Now, go through the algorithm. First, we will take three numbers as input, say A, B, and C. Then we will check whether A is greater than B and A is greater than C. Then we will check if B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Then we will print the required outputs. Now let's have a look at the flowchart. First we will start the flowchart, then we will take A, B and C as input. Then we have a decision box where we will check if A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If it returns a yes, then we will print A as the greatest number. If it returns a no, then we will go for our next decision box where we will check if B is greater than A and B is greater than C. If it returns a yes, then we print B as the greatest number, and if it returns no, then we will print C as the greatest number. Now we will check whether a number say n is a prime number or not. So prime numbers are the numbers that are only divisible by 1 and itself. Go through the algorithm. At first, we will take a number, say n from the user. Then we will take I, a primary variable, and check whether it is less than or equals to n. Then we have to check if n is divisible by I to confirm it as a prime. Then we print the required outputs. Now let's see the flowchart. First we start our flowchart. Then we took n as an input. Then in the processing box, we take I, or temporary variable, and a counter variable. Then we go for the decision making. Then in the decision making, we check if I is less than or equal to n. If it returns a yes, we will go for the divisibility check where we will check whether n is divisible by I. If it returns a yes, then we will increase our counter variable by 1. And if it returns a no, then we will increase our temporary variable by 1. Now, let's have a look. After increasing our temporary variable, we are again returning to the decision box. If it becomes greater than n, then it will return a no, and then we will go for another decision making where we will check if our counter variable is equal to 2. If it's yes, then we will print n is a prime, and if it is a no, then we will print n is a composite. Here comes a real world bank problem. And it's important to understand real world problems so as to have a clear concept. So first understand the problem. A bank is open till 4 p.m. and the banker needs to process requests from customers. Now, requests can be of four types: cash deposit, cash withdrawal, check deposit, and demand draft. Now, let's look at the algorithm. We will first check if queue is empty and time is less than 4 p.m. If queue is not empty, it will read request of the customer. Then we will check which request is asked by customer. Then we will assign the required request, and if time gets greater than 4 p.m., we will close our bank. Let's have a clear outlook by the flowchart. This looks pretty complex, right? But believe me, it's not. First we open our bank, then we go for the decision making to check whether queue is empty and time greater than 4 p.m. If it returns a yes, then we will close the bank. And if it's a no, then we go for the checking if queue is empty. If it's a yes, then we again return back to check the time. And if it's a no, we remove customer from queue. We read customer request. And if the request is of cash deposit, we assign it and again return back to check whether the time is greater than 4 p.m. If it's not a cash deposit request, we go for the cash withdrawal request. If it's a cash withdrawal request, we assign it and then again return back to our first decision. If it's not a cash withdrawal, then we go for the check deposit. We assign it if it's a yes, and if it's a no, then we go for the demand draft. If it's a demand draft request, then we assign it to D and again return back to our first decision. It was pretty simple, right? I hope this video helped you to get a clear concept on flowcharts and algorithms. Thanks for watching.